All right. Fellas, when I got the Hushmanzada Pro Bowl jersey on, it's going to be a good episode. We're on fire. Victory Tuesday. How about them Bengals? You know what, man? I'm getting a little wild tonight. I'm having me a space dust while I talk to you guys tonight. Cheers, y'all. What a game. What a game. This beer tastes so good. You know what else tastes good? Just being right. You gotta know. You gotta know. And I want to be the bigger man here and take the high road. But I've been trying to tell you guys from what, week 2 when Burrow was dealing with that calf injury, get Jake Browning in the game. I've been telling you guys that. If I was smart, I would go back and clip out every single time. I'm now 21 episodes into this. I would go back. There's probably at least 10 minutes of material that's out there in the library of this podcast of me saying, like, play Jake Browning. Then when some idiots saw AJ McCarron get signed and start saying, hey, let's play him right now. No, you dummies. I've been telling you guys. AJ McCarron is not the guy. This is the Jake Browning show. I made a video just about that to tell people, like, stop worshiping this XFL guy. And I like AJ McCarron. Like, I love what he did for the Bengals. But you guys gave McCarron all the flowers right away. Jake Browning has taken so many snaps of this first string. But yeah, you just want to just write him off. And now it's funny because I'm sure there's going to be people like, no, I agree with you. I agree. You didn't at all. And that's fine. Just to admit it. Own up to it. Last week, I told you guys, look, we didn't win, but his numbers weren't that awful. Yes, some of the plays were a little sloppy that got the big yards. But I gave you a rundown. I compared his first game. And look, yes, it was a little tongue-in-cheek saying he should be on the Mount Rushmore right now. Yeah, that was the bit. But stats are stats. His very first game, he outplayed Manning, Brady, Rodgers. He outplayed them. And look what he did last night. I forget which ESPN commentator it was. I think SVP said, if you cover up the name Jake Browning and put Joe Burrow there, it makes sense. That looked like a great game for Joe Burrow. But Jake Browning last night, 32 of 37, 354, one pass, and one rushing. One rushing. My dude rushed for a touchdown. It's like Michael Vick with that dog in him. With the dog in him. I had to make a dog joke. There is something there. Joe Mixon. Finally. You got to be kidding me. We decided to run him and it worked? Who would have thought that? Besides 99.9999999% of Bengals fans. Even our boy Chase Brown, Illinois finest, 61 on the ground. And look, man, he's always open. 11 for 149 and a touchdown. And a beautiful touchdown at that. And that's my thing about Jake Browning, is he's got weapons. He's got weapons. He still has Higgins, Chase, Boyd, everything. Trenton Irwin was come in. Whatever white tight end we have. And Irv Smith. Not being racist. Sorry, that's a little racist. Don't cancel me. But yeah, man, great game, great outing for Jake Browning last night. Great outing. Yeah, no, I didn't expect him to have those type of numbers. But God, dare I I hate that I I I'm kind of back on board. Like Sunday's game's gonna be fun to watch again. If I'm being honest, the morale, and I'll even say this, I'll put it on me. I'm not gonna say I speak for everybody, but I didn't even go to a bar last night. Usually Monday night games, I'm at a bar. I didn't even want to wear the all white. I was like, hey, we're undefeated in these things. Like, these are for special nights. This isn't, it felt very, let's just get this over with. Let's see what we got. Let's stay within that 9.5 points. So yeah, I didn't think it was going to be nearly as enjoyable as it was. I did not see that happening. But they did it. And Jake Browning looked phenomenal. And now we'll talk about it here in a little bit, but the upcoming schedule. Hoo-wee, I don't know. I'm getting excited again. I might be back. I still don't got a backdrop, but guys, I am so close. Look what I won on our work auction. I don't know if you can see it or not with the camera. Beautiful game worn 2002 game helmet. I would definitely be wearing that at the bar. So I'm excited about that. And anyone who, if you actually got on to TMN auctions, we had a great auction. So I appreciate your guys' support on that. Let's get into it, man. The Civil War, like we talked about last week, was back last night, especially in my little fantasy football group. And it's just annoying now, if I'm being honest. Like the Zac Taylor slurpers that have just been so quiet the past 3 weeks on that losing skid, and who have even admitted that he shouldn't be calling plays. Once they won, they were out and about, like right away, talking like, yeah, you guys are going to eat crow. You're going to eat crow. Zac Taylor won that game. Zac Taylor. They're stupid. And they are, dare I say, bitches. Like, it's bitch made stuff. Like, I don't like calling grown men a bitch, but I don't call bitches grown men. So do with that what you will. And all I said, and look, even when the Bengals won, I was like, all right, you know what? The Bengals win. Let's just call it. Hey, they won. No need to even fight about this. Let's celebrate a victory. But the first goddamn thing they do is, oh, look, Zac Taylor won that game for us. Go eat crow. And then I reminded them, we are in overtime because of Zac Taylor's two of his play calls. Both are wide receiver passing the ball. What are we doing? You have a quarterback that's playing lights out. You have a running back. The running game's going. And you want to do that shit. And I'll share with you what was said. But let me tell you this. Sports Illustrated, headline of one of their articles, the Bengals just threw one of the worst interceptions you'll ever see on trick play. That's Sports Illustrated. That's not Bengals fans sitting around waiting to hate on Zac Taylor. You guys think I enjoy hating on Zac Taylor? Like, I want to eat crow. I wish he would call a game like he should be calling. We are in overtime because of his horrible play calling. The article says this. We have no clue what Cincinnati head coach Zac Taylor was thinking with this one. Browning, who is starting in place of Joe Burrow, is turning in an impressive performance, and running back Joe Mixon has scored a pair of touchdowns. Why even attempt that trick play, especially deep in your own territory? We'll see what Taylor says about it post game. Hold on, where is that? Chances are his explanation won't be good enough to excuse the poor decision and result. And yeah, we handed them a touchdown. We handed that to him like, here you go. And now we're in overtime. And so I said that Jamar's pass and Boyd's pass, both of those stupid plays costed us points. A field goal and a touchdown. What are you thinking? But this tells you how bad people are slurping Zac Taylor now. Check this out. So all of a sudden, like I said, they win. Dude comes just talking all reckless. And I was like, you realize we went to overtime because of that stupid ass call. Which call? I was like, we just gifted them a touchdown. Joking, I said, Higgins is probably pissed because he didn't get to throw one tonight. So, and then it says, a win's a win. Who gives a shit how it looked? And I agreed. I was like, that's fine. But then this fucking idiot, my man, really? That was on Zach? You're telling me he didn't see Josh Allen's big ass standing there waiting? I was like, why would we run that nonsense on that side of the field? If it worked, you wouldn't be saying shit. That's what I'm dealing with. If it worked, you wouldn't be saying shit. Okay, so in your logic, a field goal kicker misses a field goal. Are you upset? But if he, why you can't be upset because if you would have made it, you wouldn't be saying shit, right? Right? I mean, that's your logic. If it works, you can't complain about anything because if it worked, you wouldn't be saying this. Look, I liked it. What was it? I think it was and almost actually like I'll admit it. There's like an aggressive. I think it was a 4th and 1. I can't remember. And they got it, but I was even like, you know what? Had it in my phone ready to send out. Like, if we don't get this, I respected that call. Like, do that. But these people have made it so fucking bad that he can do no wrong anymore. I have never seen anything like this. They don't. We went to the Super Bowl once in the past. We got to the Super Bowl under Burrow. We have like shown them you can't say anything about the record. You can't say anything about Zac Taylor's record at University of Cincinnati because that was many, many moons ago. So that has nothing to do with so like, even when you run for a president, right? You run for president, you do something years and years and years ago. People remember that shit. People talk about that shit. But Zac Taylor slurpers are giving this guy the biggest pass I've ever seen. They don't like these are the same guys that when the Bengals start out slow like we do every fucking year. When they get to be like 4-3, they're the same guys. They're like, "Hey, we've been 4-3 the past. We're good." That is loser mentality. That's telling me that you don't give a fuck about improvement. Like you just want to be like you're completely content with mediocrity. And then you guys are these fucking trolls. And like it's like I don't get it. But yeah, well, if you would have made it, you wouldn't have said anything. No shit, you dummy. I want to say the R word so bad, and I think I'm allowed to because my brother rode the small bus. But I won't. But I am saying that if any of Matt Rife's fans are listening that bought one of those helmets, please, please, please send it to Cincinnati. Please. Not gonna lie, that felt good. I need a drink. But yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. And then they tried to troll again this morning. I was like, you guys, you got a reaction out of me once. You got it. Congrats. That's what you want. It's the same dipshits when Michigan beat Ohio State. The first thing in the chat group is, oh, this group seems a little quiet today. There's like me and one other guy in our group that cheers for Ohio State. So obviously they want a reaction out of me. So instead of giving it to them in the group, I figured I'd share with you guys the simpleness, as we say, the PC word. People who make jewelry with spaghetti noodles, the seashell noodles. Like that's what I deal with. Like fish string and yeah, I better stop. Anyway, definitely hated seeing what happened to Trevor Lawrence last night. It was awful. And I'm surprised it's just a high ankle sprain. Excuse me. Jeez, space dust. But because me and my roommate watched it last night, and that just looked like one of those injuries that just kept going and go. Like it started off like you cringed when you first saw it. And then you see the player come onto it, and you're like, holy shit, man. What are you? God. And then, man, just when you saw Hendrickson go down right away, like hit a knee right away, and you see Lawrence like just slam his helmet. Like in my head, I was like, God, this season fucking sucks, man. This season, like, I it's bigger than life. Like football, I mean, sorry, definitely got that one wrong. A little space dust, a little tipsy tips. Um, Life is bigger than football. And you definitely, I don't care. You don't want to see the Trevor Lawrence injury. It was awful. Even when we played the Ravens, as much as I fucking hate the Ravens, like I said, I hate the Ravens more than I do Michigan. Like Michigan, do your thing this bowl season. Represent the Big Ten. Go get it. That's how I look at it. I got Michigan friends. Go get it, man. Come on. And it just looks good for us because that'll be the only loss. But Ravens are fucking the dog shit of NFL football. And even that Thursday night game when Lamar went down before Burrow, I got pissed. I think I shared it on here. I got pissed. There's a Bengals fan that started clapping. And I didn't affiliate myself with them the rest of the night. I was like, dude, nope, you lost me. You're a piece of shit. You might wear orange and black, but you don't represent us. So you don't want to see any injury. And it's just like, I'm not going to say it's ruining this year. This year's crazy. I'll say that. But it's making this year interesting with all the uh teams that are running backup quarterbacks now. And that's what, leading into my next little thing for you guys. I'm excited, if I'm being honest. And look, I am setting myself up to be hurt. I know that. I am that husband that comes back, as Andy Ruther says. I come back to get hurt. But you know what? Last night, I had a great steak dinner with my wife. And look, I know it's not going to be like that all the time. But you know what? I had a Monday night little steak, some nice wine. I went to bed in love again. After just a really tough 3 weeks of not knowing what the future holds for us. But last night, she made it medium rare. I gave her a little pinch on the butt. And goddamn, it was beautiful. And I'm excited, man. We got a few more dates upcoming. Colts. I think we win that. I mean, I think we can win that. Vikings. think we can win that. Steelers, definitely think we can win that. Chiefs might need a little help, but hey, who knows? I mean, look, they've been suspect too. And then the Browns. I do not know how I'm not even going to talk about the record with the Browns. But what's interesting about that is I forget what I read. I think one game off from fifth place, from a fifth or fifth, I think. Teams that are in front of us: Colts, Steelers, and Browns. Teams that are also playing with backup quarterbacks: Colts, Vikings, Steelers, and Browns. Guys, those are 4 winnable games. And who knows? I didn't think we could win last night, and they had their starting quarterback for the majority of the game. So I can't even say the Chiefs aren't there. And look, I get it. I know I could be coming to you guys next week with well, shit. I got excited. So, but that's my relationship with the Bengals. But God, it's just fun to watch football. Like, I'm ready to wake up Sunday morning, meet up with everyone in Santa Monica, go watch football all day, enjoy some space dusts, get drunk, probably tweet some things I probably shouldn't tweet. Just loving life. Got my new helmet. Probably wear my helmet to the bar. Maybe get down 3-point stance and run into the window. I don't give a fuck. Let's go, Bengals. I'm back. It's not Kool-Aid, it's space dust, but I'm drinking it. We're having fun, baby boy. So, yeah, man. Bengal fandom's weird, man. Brings out the worst in people. Brings out the best in people. But God damn it, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. And look, I get it. This could easily be a typical Bengals year. They could do it to us, and then they might. You remember back in the day, like, it was a little bit with the Andy Dalton era was notorious for this, and I'd say Carson Palmer a little bit too. Was there would be years that the best we could do was spoil somebody going to the playoffs. And we would do that and get excited about it, but then we would always draft like 18th. And it was the worst because then you're like, did it really matter we stopped the Browns from going to the playoffs? Like, the Browns weren't going to the Super Bowl, but they had a chance of going to the playoffs, and we shattered their dreams. And for that night, we felt good. You know, we went to bed cuddling our girl that night. But then draft time came around, you're like, God, I almost wish we didn't win those games. So I have a feeling, I mean, that could, I mean, we might be looking at one of those type seasons, but I'm not going to think that way because, like, I've been on this Jake Browning. I've been driving this goddamn bandwagon, and I'm not stopping now. It's like the Oregon Trail, baby. We're going to Indianapolis. We're going to get, I don't know, smallpox or whatever you get there. I don't know. I got the vaccine. We'll be all right. So we're just going to ride this fucking sumbitch. We're going to be all right. And I'm excited about football again, man. I really am. And regardless of what happens, I'll be damned with Jake Browning and give us all as Bengals fans one good night last night. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. And I love y'all. And I'm going to finish this beer and go make, I got to figure out what I'm going to name the episode and make a fun thumbnail for it. So we'll see you guys later this week. Who do we play? The Colts. I don't know if I got a Colts fan, but I'll try and find one. We can do this again. because now we know what to expect with Bengals games. So, all right, guys, from me to you guys, who day?